Hey everyone, welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. Connor Mack will be joining us here just a second. Appreciate everyone as always for watching. Full slate here on a Friday afternoon, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun uh, dealing with all these games. I have most of the games capped. Some games I've completely passed, and for the games that I kind of figured that I wouldn't be betting. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking about each of these games with the aforementioned Connor Mack picks. Hello, Connor Mack. How are you doing over there?
I'm good. You hear me?
Yes, you sound lovely as always, Connor Mack. Ready to tackle a full slate of baseball, I assume.
Yeah, big card here. Friday night, baby. Big card. Let's get to cash, Jose.
By the way, Connor Mack, some people are having good days, some people are having bad days. Rick J seems to be having a good day. Made a move off the freeway to avoid getting pulled over by the highway patrol. 1-0 today. Shout out to Rick J.
Wait,
Survived.
what happened?
He made a move to get off the highway to get avoid getting pulled over. So shout out to you, Rick J. Way to avoid the police.
Beautiful.
One more day. Rocco Rogers, Professor Chris, John Gilly, appreciate you, my man. Rick J, Real Deal Rocco, all you guys, Wine Time Sports. Let's get right into it. Nunya and Professor Chris, let's turn that shit around. Let's do it right now. Connor Mack picks. I'm ready to tackle this card, and let's do it starting off with the aforementioned Milwaukee Brewers and Cincinnati Reds. Shout out to Rocco Rogers for kicking this off. He's on Reds money line and the over 9.5. I definitely lean towards the Reds as well here, Connor Mack. The whole Corbin Burns thing with the Brewers has been interesting. I ended up passing, like I mentioned, but I definitely lean towards the Reds here. Brandon Williamson is not a guy that I love backing, but I wanted nothing to do with this game. Connor Mack, what do you have on this first game here for us?
Yeah, one sec. Shout out to the chat, by the way. Rick J for getting away from the 5-0. Appreciate my man Nunya, John Gilly, Rocco as always. Wine time, what up, my dude? Professor Chris. Shout out to all you guys. As I mentioned earlier, just hit the goddamn like button. That's all we ask for. I've been on the Reds a ton, Jose, lately. They've been making me money for the most
Pretty
part.
nice, huh?
Yeah, I want them here a little bit too. I just, in the end, I haven't made the bet yet. I wanted to go over it here a little bit. What do we get from Williamson? We know the Brewers, are so bad against lefties, are better against righties. I don't know how well he'll pitch here. And I thought about the total at 10. I don't know. I just all the way around, this was a game. In the end, I want off or just take the Reds as they've been. I'm probably 5-1 with them. This last week or so. Um, so yeah, I haven't bet them yet, but I lean the Reds.
Okay, beautiful.
I don't know what we get from Williamson really.
I don't either.
Burns. That last start with Burns was all right. He kind of had a shitty first inning, got out of it, and he pitched well versus the Giants. Um, and how elite and how good is he? I don't know. I think he's decent, but yeah, I'm tempted by the Reds.
I am too, and I'm not going to get there, but I'll be watching this game and ruining if the Reds do win. But shout out to Rocco Rogers, who's on the over 9.5 and on the Reds money line there as well. Betting Beans, LG joining us here, and LG opens up our next game, the A's Marlins game. He's got a little Marlins first five action for him. And by the way, Preston Ekdahl joining us as well. Big baseball slate. Lines aren't that juiced. I need a new pair of shoes. Is Otani going to get me a pair tonight? I don't think so, Preston. I don't think so. Not him, at least.
I like the under there. We'll get to that game a little bit.
Funny, because I like the over in that game. I haven't bet it either.
Beautiful.
But
Let's get to it when we get to it. All right.
A's Marlins. Obviously, we know what the A's are, and we get Shintaro Fujinami, who I thought was actually going to be good. Connor Mack. I thought he would go over and be pretty decent, but I am admittedly a little biased towards Japanese baseball players, maybe a little bit. But he's been horrible, just really, really bad. He's going to be an opener here. And Steam Sick, we're still going to get lefty Hogan Harris, who The Marlins hit lefties good. So it's just, again, this felt like an easy, just kind of Marlins spot for me. But I passed because obviously minus 200. If you take Marlins first 5 minus a half to get the juice down, I wouldn't hate that as well there. But yeah, Marlins are pass for me here, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, are the A's playing a little bit better baseball? Maybe. I mean, maybe they don't win 60, but they'll win 50 games. That's how bad they, this year. Yeah, what do you get from Hogan Harris, who's going to give, those 3 or 4 innings? Man, I can't do this with Miami. It hurt me the other week when I bet the Marlins 2 days ago when they beat the Padres, that 2-1 game. I got a little lucky. They were down 1-0. But before that, when I was on with Jimmy, I should have took their team total with Kaufman, who's just god awful. We talked about. I mean, do they put runs here? Is it just this easy? The team total, the line's just a little bit too juiced. Because I kind of like the under, but with Cabrera, he always has a walks problem. I'm off in the end. We got a ton of games. I got some more bets later on in this card, so I stayed off. And I've been all right with Oakland. I haven't bet them much, Jose. I know you've had a little bit more of a hard time with them.
I'm not with them, unfortunately. But yes, you're exactly right.
I probably have 3 of their wins, and I probably bet them 6 times. So I'm going to wait. They're playing a little bit better. I don't know. I just don't want them here. The big Braves, they took 2 or 3 there, looked pretty good. Come to Miami, this doesn't seem like a great spot.
Agreed there. Pass game, and shout out to Jimmy and them, who also mentioned that these guys, who knows, after winning a series against the Braves, maybe they partied up a little bit in South Beach as well. So I don't know about that, but we'll see how they go today. Let's move on. Phillies Nationals here. Wheeler versus Josiah Gray. Another pretty easy pass game for me, even though I do love my guy Josiah Gray, and he's been pitching okay at home this year. Just a pass game because Zach Wheeler is very good, and the juicer and lines moving towards the Phillies here. So I really wanted nothing to do with this game either. It was a quick, easy 3 games of passing here for me to start this card off, Connor. What'd you think about this one?
Man, I'm enticed here with the Nats, but Phillies should just own them a little bit. And they're not playing good baseball. There's nothing really I want to bet on the Phillies that much, except maybe a couple of their props, as they've hit Gray well. Some of these guys. A guy who doesn't have much. JT Realmuto's been good for me in the past. He only has 3 homers. I thought today he could get some, and I wrote down his prop for his jack. If he can get close to plus 500, I'm going to look to him there. Trey Turner has decent numbers. There's a few others. Harper. And that's the long ball with Gray. Like we mentioned, that's really just his problem here. And what do we get with Wheeler? Last start was good with the Braves, 12 Ks, 8 innings. He hasn't been that great all year long. So too big of a number here with the Phillies. Like, I want the Nats. There's just not enough love. And they think these guys have gotten hit, that this gets over. Are these guys locked in? This could probably just be a dead nuts under, Jose. But it's getting warmer. Both teams, like I talk about, hit well off these guys, So I think they see runs with this 9.
I agree with that.
And when they get together, I jotted down. Here we go. They're 13 over their last 16 against the Nats.
Sheesh. Okay. Yeah, a little overlean. And Professor Chris mentioned that he's a Phillies fan, obviously, and he thinks that they're starting to turn it on right now.
They're a mediocre team. So, this year, it seems like they win 1 or 2, and then they'll lose 3 or 4 in a row. It's like they win a couple, and they lose 3 or 4.
Sounds like the Boston Red Sox. I'll tell you that. Sounds like
a little higher expectation, though, with the Phillies.
With the Phillies, especially, when you make it to the fucking World Series, right? Well, let's move on to a game I actually have action here, Connor. Mac Cardinals Pirates here. And these are 2 teams that I both love. Obviously everyone knows my run with the Pirates last year is I have something in my damn eye. I'm sitting here trying to grab an eyelash out here or something, but we'll press on with one eye, just like a Pirate here. We've got Cardinals starter Jack Flaherty, who everyone kind of knows my thing with Jack Flaherty. I was a big fan of his. And then I jumped off the bandwagon. I was like, all right, I'll just sit here and just watch and wait. And he's finally seemingly turned it on again. 7 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 7 innings of 1 run ball against the Cleveland Guardians. Is that impressive? I guess I'll take it because with what we've seen in the past with Flaherty. But We know Cleveland's a horrible lineup, so shout out to him. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs against the Dodgers. Issue is really that the Cardinals offense has got a little cold here in the last 2 weeks. 74 weighted runs created plus against righties. That's 24th. And Roansy Contreras, and I was shocked to see this. I didn't notice this, I guess, and I needed to double check this. They pulled him from the rotation. I was like, wow, really? I mean, I thought he was clearly one of your best starters. Maybe the Pirates are trying to send a message there, say, get your shit together.
I think that's what it was.
His last appearance was out of the bullpen, 2 innings, 1 hit. So I thought that was interesting. And I was like, okay, sure. I'll be interested to see how he does here. I like the first 5 under 5 here. I've bet that already, minus 115, hoping that Roansy has one of those like wake-up call things. And Cardinals first 5 minus a half, minus 115, or sorry, plus even money right there, evens plus 100. Cardinals are, by the way, also a little reverse line movement. A lot of people on the Pirates, money-wise, ticket-wise, and the line moving towards the Cardinals as well. So, Cardinal spot here for me. Connor Mack, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't want the Cardinals here. Not at this price. Not the way they've been swinging it at all. You mentioned it a little bit. A lot of love for the Pirates. Obviously, home dog at this price. I get it. Contreras has been good, though. You know, all right through the year. He's had some bad starts and goods. I've never been able to figure out Flaherty, though, Jose. I just never, ever. He's been a scratch the head type guy for me. And he's really had that one bad start where he gave up 10 runs. I think it was the Angels, maybe. But yeah, I've had a tough time with him. He gets hurt so much. I don't love that total, though. I want to see a 5. I think with these guys, I kind of like the under. I didn't pull the trigger, but I don't mind that play. I just don't want the Cardinals here, even if it's moving their way. I don't want them. Not the way they've been swinging it.
Yeah, it's the big concern. And the Pirates have been hitting well. 109 weighted runs created plus, 8th best in the last 2 weeks. So
they've had some big games. They had that 11-run game I was on with the Mariners, I think last week. They had 9 in one of the games with the Giants they won, but they can get shut out. My guy, Jack Suwinski, a couple homers in a few games lately, and he's 3 for 4 off Flaherty with the Jack. Maybe look at a little Suwinski prop here.
Shout out to Action Jack there. Let's move on. Double up for me. Cardinals, first 5, minus a half, and the under 5 there. A little contrarian or contradictory, but like both plays there. Let's go to Tampa Bay, Boston. Gigantic series for my Boston Red Sox to maybe see if we're a legit ball club or not. Tyler Glass now on the bump for his second start. And he pitched well against the Dodgers, no less. A team that crushes righties. He went up there 4 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs. Take that every time, especially when you're coming off of injury. Garrett Whitlock coming off of his own injury, came back against the Arizona Diamondbacks, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run there. You know, Connor, honestly, this is another first 5 under spot for me. The Red Sox offense has been a little suspect in the last 2 weeks. 23rd, 78 weighted runs created plus, been hit very, very hit or miss. It's been a lot of miss. And I think Glass now can dice us up pretty well there. And I'm hoping Garrett Whitlock can keep his shit together. He's had me worried times. I'm hoping so. That's the gamble here. That's the true gamble of this game. I expect Glass now to play well, pitch well here. But can Whitlock hold down one of the better offenses in baseball? Their last 2 weeks, they've been 17th against righties, just 100 weighted runs created plus, so average. Makes me feel better about this. And I'm just hoping that this Whitlock thing works out well for him in the starting rotation because a lot of people want him in the bullpen like myself. So we'll see. What do you think here, Connor Mack?
Well, you know me, when you got guys come back, they're stay away. And Glasnow was that. And I'm tempted here with him. Rocco, I think the 5.5 is pretty good. It's a little bit still. I'd like to see maybe this start and another one to put money on him. But I kind of like the Rays. You know, first 5 minus a half here. I think they get to Whitlock. Now, we have rain. You think, is this game going to go? Maybe, maybe not.
That's the big question. You know, I bet it like it is. And if it doesn't, then, you know, it doesn't. But we hopefully the real scary thing, of course, is getting your stop-start.
Yeah. And they hit Whitlock. He's already 1 start, right? against him. But Glasnow, we know how nasty when this guy was on, how good he is. And you mentioned the Red Sox haven't been hitting as of late. Do they get it going here? Maybe. But I think the value's here with the Rays. I'm leaning that way. First 5 -1/2.
All right, first 5 action there for Connor Mack. Yeah, I'm not on the Red Sox, so I should tell you something at the very least. Home dog is the Red Sox, and I'm not on them. It's very interesting there. Let's go to Toronto, New York Mets. Chris Bassett versus Justin Verlander, a good pitching matchup here, and line moving towards the Toronto Blue Jays here. Very interesting. Debbie Cab, who usually bets these like big, good starting pitchers, the old guys, not betting Verlander today. So that should be a sign. Connor Mack, I'll pass it to you real quick because I have to shut a door that my dog just opened up. What do you have on this one real quick?
Yeah, I got to go downstairs in a second, too. Someone's at the door, banging at the door. Yeah, let's get to it. I like Bassett here in the Blue Jays as well at this price. The only thing is Verlander got shelled a little bit in Colorado in his last start. I think he pitches well, but the Blue Jays have hit righties, well all season long. They don't have good numbers. This is one thing I want to pull up. I had it earlier. Hold on, against Verlander here. What were they hitting? 180 off him? 158. 95 at bats. And some ugly ones, Jose. Like Chapman's 1 for 20. Springer's the only one's all right, 5 for 13 with a homer. But a lot of ugly numbers in this one. So if you think he pitches better, I'm looking under. Now, can Bassett pitch well here? I don't know how much I trust the Mets and this offense. So I like the under here in Jays Mets.
Oh, underlook there. It's interesting. I'd lean that way too.
Let me go get this. I'll be right back.
Go get your door because there's someone banging on it. Obviously, that's very funny that Connor Mack has to go deal with that. But yeah, I lean towards the under here as well, and I'll go with the Blue Jays too. I guess sidewise, the money movements definitely affect me capping wise, obviously. So I lean that way. And the Mets just not a super trustworthy squad at the end of the day too. So I passed on that game as well. But let's move on here. Let me page turn there, and let's move on to Seattle, Texas, a game that I'm very interested in and I've doubled up on. Last night I saw the Seattle Mariners minus 125, and I was like, that's not right. And I wish I would have bet it then. Texas Rangers at plus 105 now. Minus 110 each way. I saw a little minus 112 for the Mariners a little bit, but I'm believing in John Gray. I'm believing in this offense. I watched John Gray pitch exceedingly well in front of me in Colorado, Texas Rangers when Dabby Cab when I was there. Maybe that's a fact affecting my cap, I guess. 5 straight wins for John Gray when he's on the bump. I think the Mariners, this is pretty shocking to say, I don't think they're better than the Rangers. And I didn't think that was going to happen coming in. We'll see, obviously, how the trade deadline and everything works out. But I think the Rangers' offense is just going to be too good for this Mariners squad. And I think the Rangers win these ball games here. So I took Rangers first 5 and full game money lines. Full game minus 110, first 5 minus 110 right there as well. I understand Luis Castillo, very good. But he's just not been that good this year. And simply put it, I believe in John Gray. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run already against the Mariners May 8th. And Luis Castillo pitched and struggled against the Rangers already as well. 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs there. He's had 2 back-to-back good starts with no earned runs. Do it again against a worthy offense here, Luis Castillo. So Rangers double up first 5 and full game for me, Connor Mack picks.
Yeah. Everything's to the under in this game because both these pitchers have been pitching great. What happens here? Do we get that? But the numbers, both these lineups have hit these guys well. Very good numbers from both these teams.
It's gone down too. It was 8.5 last night. Now at 8.
It's 8. They think they're gonna pitch well again. Gray's been good at home. Castillo, his last 2 starts haven't given up anything. I don't know about this one. The Mariners just struggling. The Rangers have just been overtake them for the most part first 5. Like until they hit a skid, I really don't want to go against it. I know you think maybe at this price you get Castillo, but they are on the road. And the Mariners just, God, they can't hit.
They can't hit. Yeah.
They have a problem. Rodriguez has got going a little bit. He's hit me some jacks lately. Have been good, but he was hitting 200 for the longest time. He's up about 40 points, but they need to get going. And I'm conflicted here with this. I think if you like the Rangers, you keep rolling. Maybe there. Like Gray's due to get rocked. Doesn't it feel like it? He's a good pitcher. He's been very good. It's just one of these. It's been like 5 starts now.
I haven't trusted him all year. I really haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't trusted him at all. Even in the game we went to where he pitched really well, Dabby Cap and I was like, I don't want to back Rangers first 5 or anything because I don't trust John Gray. And that's why we took first 5 over it and the Rockies team total over. And lucky for us, the Rangers bullpen capitulated for us. But I just and I'll say this. The Rangers know at the very least that they have a shitty bullpen, and they do something to combat it. They have the most starting innings, most innings pitched from their starters, and the least from their bullpen. So they know, and that's just a good sign for me. So I'm interested in how this squad works. Shout out to Bruce Bochy as well for making this an actual professional ball club again.
Yeah, they keep rolling. I mean, paid some money, and they got some good young talent, especially
they definitely
with the bats. Yeah. It seems like Gray could get hit. You got to basically back the Mariners here and trust it. Where's his next start?
I'd lean over after our conversation, honestly. I know the numbers.
I think so too, but the trust of it is like, I don't know if I want my money here on this.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm on first 5 full game Texas Rangers. Let's see it here, Seattle. This is going to be a gigantic series for them as well to get back in this. So I'll be watching. Other little AL West battle. Angels, Astros here. Ohtani, Framber, Valdez. Marquee matchup here. It's going to be fun watching this. Indeed. I'm excited. And honestly, Dabby Cab, I leaned over. You lean the first 5 under here, Ohtani and Framber, obviously. That makes it more appealing. Framber Valdez has historically dominated this Angels lineup, too, according to our guy, Wine Time Sports. I guess I'm relying heavily on their lefty splits being better than their righty splits, obviously. And, again, Ohtani is pitching against the Astros what feels like so many times, and when he pitches well against them, he fucking dominates them. But I do feel like this game could go over with both of these offenses playing well. Altuve going to be in the lineup here after taking a day off yesterday, I believe it was. So I like the over here, but I had nothing to play here, and I 100% lean Astros here as well. I don't know if our guy Craig Woods in the chat let us know what the money splits are in this game, but I like the Astros here because it feels like this Angels team just going to be a very popular dog here today.
Yeah, it is. The whole thing, too, is Ohtani on the road. He started the year. He had some good road starts, Red Sox, Mariners. But his last 2, this is what I saw last year when I would back him in this situation like this. Jose, it wouldn't work out. Like Baltimore, he got away with that. They scored like 12 runs in that game. He won this a couple starts ago, but he gave up 5. He gave up 4 at St. Louis. So what do we get here? I think he pitches well. I really like the 8 in this one because I think Valdez is good here. So, yeah, I get it because it's Ohtani. You get this money with them. I still don't think the Angels are very good in the end. They're staying together. The biggest thing is maybe they'll be good if Ohtani and Trout stay healthy. Like if these guys can play over 150 games, maybe they can make it to the playoffs. But I got to see it to believe it. But I'm leaning under as well. I mean, you like the over. I like the under in this game. I think Valdez is good here. You're right. They haven't hit him, this Angels team. But for the year, Angels have good numbers against lefties, but they haven't hit him.
Yeah, he's obviously different. I think if he's not the best lefty in baseball, he's top 3. Him, Kershaw, Max Fried, guys like that, all extremely, extremely good. And I love Framber Valdez to death. Connor, I think I'm going to move on the Astros. And, I'm going to have to swallow the juice here, unfortunately. I'll take Astros money line minus 130. And I'm going to take Astros first 5 money line minus 120 as well.
I wish it was a tad bit lower.
Yeah, I almost took the one full game.
Oh, okay.
But I'll take the minus 130 here. I'm sure the minus one would be plus money too, as well. So, but I'm gonna eat the juice here. Try not to sweat this game because if you're right, Connor, this is a lower scoring game. I would much rather have that money line as well. So, and this game does look like it is going to be lower scoring, obviously. But we'll see how all this ends up.
Maybe what's the Astros too? They've kind of just been feast or famine for me. Sometimes you watch like, well, how is this lineup? We know they had injuries, they're in and out, like you mentioned Altuve. When you're just like, oh, this Astros team, just take their team total, blah blah blah, and they score 4 runs, they won't get you over, or 3 runs. But they can explode, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. No, and the Angels used their bullpen yesterday. I mean, we all saw Ben Joyce. Was that the guy's name from Tennessee a couple of years ago, throwing 102 or whatever it is? That dude is ridiculous, by the way. Oh, yeah. I remember watching him like a year and a half ago at Tennessee, and I love that the Angels are doing this. They finally have woken up a little bit, and they realize that Ohtani's probably leaving, and we want to win in this season. We have to win in this season. So they're just saying, fuck it. We're calling up all of our prospects. If they're ready or not, we're calling them up because we need guys to impact the big league club. And he's perfect. What is he going to fucking do in the minor leagues? He's not throwing fucking harder. So I'm excited to watch him pitch in this year.
Real quick, is it for real, this Angels pen? Because it's just over the last 3 or 4 years, they've been such dog shit. Jose, I think they're ranked 8th or 9th right now. We know the Astros are very good, so that's why I kind of want full game here, the under.
I really think it is, Connor. I think they finally have some they have like 3 or 4 guys.
They do
go to. Again, Ben Joyce, he throws average fastball yesterday was 101.7, which is hilarious. But, he obviously has his flaws. If he's not throwing strikes, watch the fuck out. He's a big walk or strikeout guy. That's the only 2 results you'll get from him. His minor league numbers were hilarious as well. He had 34 strikeouts and 17 innings pitched or some stupid stat like that, and only 2 hits allowed. He's a sicko. But I'm excited to watch what these Angels do. It's a good baseball test, but it is going to be hilarious when Ohtani leaves. So I'll be watching that. And goes to your club, Connor Max. I hope you enjoy that as well.
Is it for sure? I don't know. They've saved the money for it by not making moves this last. They've definitely.
Well, Connor, I say that he's going to the Dodgers, but deep down, the little my little cricket inside of me is just telling me he's going to the Red Sox. His best friend Masataka Yoshida's there. You saw how he's acting around Alex Cora, and then I have to remind myself the Red Sox are poor now. So that's what that happens. But yeah, he's going.
I don't think he's going. You never know though.
I'd cry. I'd cry real tears. Cleveland Guardians, Minnesota Twins here. A lot of love for your Cleveland Guardians here today. It's very fun to watch how all this is going and all the line movements and such. Obviously, it's one of the better, more fun parts about gambling on baseball and sports in general. Jimmy the Bag has, and I've been a Twins guy last 2 years, thinking the Twins were going to win this division. And now my father, Jimmy the Bag, has 2 bets on other teams to win this division, the Guardians and the White Sox. Obviously thinks that the Twins are going to fall off, and the Twins had some pretty tough injuries. And we all know what the story of the Twins is, Carlos Correa, fucking guy who couldn't sign his deal forever this year because of ankle foot issues, immediately already has plantar fasciitis, playing through it, so shout out to him. but that shit hurts. Byron Buxton banged up again. So I can see why people think this Twins team is going to fall off. And I hope it don't. But I guess for my dad's sake, I hope he cashes. But I like this Twins team a lot. I guess if I had to put gun to head, I'll take Bailey Ober here off of or against an Aaron Savali who's coming off an oblique injury. His minor league rehab appearances: 3 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 3 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs on a home run, and then 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 earned runs off 1 home run there as well. I don't trust Savali, just flat out, and I'd rather be on the Twins here, but I'm not betting this game. So, what do you have on this one, Connor?
Yeah, what do we get from him? You mentioned the rehab starts, and both the first back-to-back starts were Mariners, right? He was all right. And he got hit a little bit where he gave up 4. Bailey Ober has been pretty good. And I don't know if he's this good, Jose, kind of how his numbers are. I think he's going to stay in the 2s as ERA. But I think he's decent. I like the under here a little bit. I wrote this down as a lean. Same thing. The Twins just haven't been good to me. They're like a Brewers team. I don't love to bet on because I take Cleveland here. I think there's a little value on him. I can't trust their sticks. We got some runs in that game yesterday. Do we get runs here today?
That's the fucking story of this Guardians team.
I don't think so.
It's so annoying, man. I want to back the Guardians in so many cases, just like the Mariners. I hate these teams. They have the sexy starting pitching that you want to back, but they just don't have the bats. And Connor, I don't know if it was with you or with who. A couple of days ago, we talked. Shane Bieber is not going to be on this ball club. That is a fucking.
I don't think so. Yeah, and he's out.
He's going to be gone. Yesterday or 2 days ago, people are already talking about him being traded. Rival executives already talking about how he's going to be available because he's got, 1.5 years left on his deal. He's a free agent after not after this year, but next year. And
he's bait. He'll be gone probably.
This is prime Cleveland Guardians. Like, we have to get value because they're not going to re-sign him. Obviously, we know that. So they're going to trade him here when they can get the most for him. And I think the Guardians take a step back, and I guess I should have told Jimmy that this morning actually, but whatever. The Guardians are still really good at pitching, and I'm sure if they get Shane Bieber out of there for some bats, I'll be interested to see how they operate. But I passed.
I don't blame you. I lean Cleveland if I had something free, but I do like the under here with the 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'd lean under too, just because of Cleveland being the worst offense out there, and the Twins banged up. But I'll be interested. Rolls-Royce Lewis playing third, hitting second today. I'll be watching him as well. Let's move on. Colorado versus KCR. Jordan Lyles. Oh, man. Connor, I don't know why this line is going towards the Royals here. I feel like I made the same mistake last time.
You did. We talked about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The line was going his way, and everyone was like, oh, he's got to win. He's fucking 0-9. He's got to win. And he just keeps getting crushed. And the fucked up part about it too, Connor, is I'm remembering now, is like the first 4 innings, great. He was cruising along. We're feeling great about ourselves. And then 1 inning, he just got fucking tattooed. And that game ended 12-10 with a fucking Royals loss. And I remember now because I doubled up on fucking stupid Jordan Lyles. Pisses me off now I'm remembering it. Chase Anderson, again, another thing that made me mad. He was supposed to go yesterday. We have that Seabold Anderson. And if he would have went yesterday, I would have backed the damn Rockies. And now that he's going today, admittedly, I want to bat the Rockies. I really do. Why does anyone want to back Jordan Lyles here, who, again, the 0-9, this is the most accurate 0-9 I've ever seen in my life. Because he's literally lost every single game. He's gone out there to pitch. I think he's had 11 starts now. It's been horrible. So there's just no way I'm backing the Royals here. I think it's Rockies full game first 5 for me. And I just, am I fucking too pussy to make the bet? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't take the Royals. I mean, I get it. Look at this price. There's the confidence. It's just,
Yeah.
they're saying this is it. I just no way. Like I don't give two shits what it's doing here. And I love watching, and doing the line movement and agree. But when a guy's 0-9,
It's
uh,
so funny.
I don't want it. It's a bad spot for the Rockies. These two bullpens are shitty. Jose, if Lyles is regular Lyles, Anderson's been good, but we know this guy's full career. What is he, 35 years old?
Yeah.
His ERA is 6 or 7, but he's been good, all right, decent starting pitcher, jumped around, but he's not great. We got two bum bullpens. I lean over here, and I might get there.
And
I might get burned too.
Like
But
Rick J is saying, money on the Rockies, but the line went from minus 120 to 125. Christopher Commentini also saying 56% of the cash and 71% of the bets on the Rockies.
yeah, we're just going the other way. A lot of Rocky love, though. Yesterday you mentioned the win. This isn't a great travel spot. This is just a shitty spot for them. So they're catching you like, hey, stay away. It's moving into the Royals. You got to lay the number, though. You get it? I mean, so it's.
And 71% of the bets and 56% of the cash on the Royals, as I should have said. That's just like big bets on the Royals, but that's just crazy. I'm all set here. I'm all set here. Lando,
Exactly, John.
Lando, I hope you cash, my man. I hope you cash for sure. I hope the Rockies win this because, admittedly, I would love to see Jordan Lyles just keep on losing. It would just be really funny to see him turn up like 0-15 on a show. It'd just be really funny. And again, I just hope he keeps losing because, again, literally the team has not won a start. He has been on the bump. So it'll be interesting.
I get Rocco, yeah. Ryan McMahon, he's been pretty good lately, or Profar. I look at those two guys' props here. I might be on Profar.
Jack of the Day. Shout out to you there, Connor. Always forget about Jacks of the Day. Shout out to Jerks and Profar as well. Detroit, Chicago White Sox. Another very easy pass for me. Mike Clevenger back. No thanks. Reese Olson making his debut. No thanks. If I had to make a play here, Connor, it's 100% on the Tigers. Just because I don't trust Clevenger. And, honestly, I just think the Tigers are a better team, to be quite frank. But I want nothing to do with this game. So what do you have on this one?
Yeah, I don't know what Reese Olson does here. You know what I mean? But this price with the White Sox, they're playing a little bit better baseball. It's just no way. Like, I agree with you here. Like, this game is just don't bet it, or I think you look at the dog. I don't think Clevenger has been great. So this was a quick cross off. With Olson, it's been that great in the minors. Those last few starts have been decent, but now he's kind of just pushed into this rotation for now with Rodriguez out. Was his finger or something?
Yeah, I was wondering in my head.
His finger. Yeah.
I was doing the graphics and I was like, "Where is Eddie?" It's been a minute, and I hadn't seen him because I said for a while that he's going to be the Tigers' all-star guy.
Olson too, big walk guy. If he can control the walks, he could have a decent start. But he's a regular guy that walks 4. In AAA, so not
Jesus.
good.
Jojo Rabbit saying, I heard this morning that Olsen had an over 6 ERA in the minors. So
yep.
Yeah, he's on the over 9 there. Shout out to you there, Jojo. Let's move on. Brian Watson asking about the Padres. We'll get there after this next game. Braves, Diamondbacks, and my oh my, these Diamondbacks continuing getting more and more interesting every day. The third best record in baseball, I believe. Second best in the National League. Something like that. Like, it's kind of sick how good they are, especially because they're not hitting right now, too. 22nd right now, 92 weighted runs created plus. And the big bad Braves come in and the money, not the money, I should say. I don't know that for sure, but the line moving to the Diamondbacks. Merle Kelly plus 108 last night, now minus 105. And Charlie Morton and his old ass looks like he's going to struggle here in Arizona. I passed this game, but it seems like this is a Diamondback spot. But honestly, last night I wrote it lean Atlanta. So I had nothing on this game. It was conflicting for me. Do you think the Diamondbacks are going to regress there, Connor? We'll start there.
I don't know if they're this good. Yeah, a little bit. But I told you, I think they're at least a 500 team, maybe a little bit better.
And that's quality for them. 500 from being shit last year is a big step up.
Yeah, I mean, I love that whatever it was, 76.5. I thought they could win 80 games for sure. Marte's been swinging it all right, but Christian Walker, he's been money for me. I'd look to him here. Austin Wright, there's a couple guys with solid numbers here off Kelly. He's better at home. It's like if they're on, this game just goes under. But if the bats come to play, this could fly over. This was tough for me. But sidewise, it's D-backs or nothing. I wish the number was a little bit better. But that's right, D-backs.
Johnny Gunn's dropping the 69% of the bets and 85% of the money on the D-backs as well. So shout out to you there. By the way, Connor, I don't know if you're watching any of the college baseball. I don't watch college baseball really at all. But
I do a little bit.
I put on the LSU game. They're really throwing these motherfuckers 124 pitches. What the fuck, dude? And that guy just threw his 124th pitch at 101 for LSU. What the fuck, dude?
No way.
100.
The starter? How many innings is he got? What's he?
That was the end of the game. That was the last out right there. You just threw a complete game.
That's odd. Those days are wow.
Crazy.
I'm gonna have to look at that. Holy shit.
Jesus Christ. 124 pitches? That's insane.
Is he that big of a prospect? Because I mean, usually they have such a fucking
exactly.
Pitch count on all these guys.
You put a leash on those guys. Like Johan Santana fucking threw out his arm for a no-hitter when he was on the Mets and was never the same anymore. That was like 130 pitches. That guy just threw 101 at his 125th pitch. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh my God. That's crazy. Kids are coming up throwing 105, throwing 101, 120 pitches in that's scary. That's some scary shit right there. I'm glad I'm not playing baseball anymore. Cubs Padres, next game on our slate. Another easy pass game for me here, Connor Mack. I don't try. I just really am done with the Padres. Ultimately, they've been easily the most disappointing team in baseball. I don't want to talk about this squad until they start picking their shit up together, and they haven't. The Cubs might go in here and beat them for all we know. I have no idea if they're going to bats are going to show up because I just don't think they care. It's just one of those things. We all got paid. Who cares? This isn't the postseason baseball. Who cares? It's very Boston Celtics-esque at times. So I passed on this game very easily here as well, Connor.
Yeah. Padres put up a bunch of runs yesterday, then come back home here. The only thing good for them is Tyon. Is this guy better than this, Jose? He's been awful. They're saying, all his shit, even though his the rate's been bad, but some of the stuff he's had some bad luck. He's just been the shits. This guy can't get through the fifth at all.
I'm not a fan of
it. I want the under here, but it's just him. I think Waka can be all right, and there's just no way this price with the Padres. I think, it seems like a sleepy spot. And if Tyon could be any good, I want the Cubs, and I'd want a first five. I don't love their bullpen. So I lean the Cubs here and the under.
Shout out to Mike M, top RBI, should I say top prop, which is an RBI prop.
Ian Happ to go yard, real quick. 4 for 13, 3 bombs. Take him. It's over plus 550. Maybe you can even get higher.
A little Propapalooza here. Ian Happ home run, Xander Bogaerts home run, plus 170 for Mike M. And this is half of the hip to be square parlay. Phillies, Padres, plus 145 as well. So shout out to him. Yeah, I don't believe in Jameson Tyon. I didn't think he was good last year with the Yankees, and I don't believe in him here. So
he wasn't this fucking bad though. He's just been awful. I mean, he used to could get you through 5 innings, a run or two, but he's just been fucking awful.
Well, that's what happens when you get that good sticky stuff from New York. So it's very funny, by the way, Connor Mack. Just an observation. It's very, very interesting that the New York Yankees pitchers have been asked to repeatedly wash their hands, and they're, seemingly, except for Max Scherzer, the only club getting these sticky stuff violations. Connor, it is. I heard this on a podcast, so I can tell you guys this is fact. everyone knows in baseball that the Yankees are using something different with their sticky stuff. They have some kind of concoction that is obviously in their rosin bags or whatever that have made it a little stickier. So very interesting in New York. Let's talk.
Tyone's 0-8. He's got an 8 ERA. And this guy's not fucking Cy Young here, or candidate for the Cy Young, but he went 14-5. Come on.
That's sticky stuff, Connor. That's what they have over there in New York. Sticky stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
I think you can do it anywhere.
Severino Kershaw.
Sticky stuff
here.
travels, Jose.
It doesn't travel franchise to franchise, apparently. The Yankees
I don't know.
fuckers are making this shit. Just like how the Angels apparently were the guys for it a couple years back. I don't know why. They just have these clubbies that make that good shit, apparently. But let's talk Yankees-Dodgers. Here's a big marquee matchup here. This is your shining lights. If baseball had this as their World Series, they'd fucking have it come. This would be great. East Coast, West Coast baseball.
They'd have it come.
They'd have it come, yeah.
Right.
Kershaw, we all know what his deal is. Just a lot better at home. And he struggled as of late, but they've been on the road. So I thought this is a pretty easy, honestly, Dodgers first 5 -1/2 here, Connor. I don't love laying, again, favorite first 5 -1/2 all that often. It feels like just like an easy play, et cetera, et cetera. But I like it here. I got it at plus 110. I think that the Dodgers can hit off of Severino, who, again, I'm a biased piece of shit. Whatever. I don't think Luis Severino is that good. I really don't. And injuries have held him back in the last couple of years, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, Pedro Martinez has helped him with his changeup, made him a lot better. But I just don't believe in him. I really don't think he's that good. I don't think he's a good enough number 2 to win a playoff, or I should say win a World Series. So I ultimately just took the better squad here, I think. Dodgers, my first 5 -1/2. And the Dodgers bullpen has been kind of sketch. So that's why I did take them full game here. Clayton Kershaw goes out at home and dominates.
Yeah, I like it too. But this seems just a huge game. I want the under too.
Jimmy's on both. First 5 and full game under. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, the game's at 62. It's not bad there. Light wind blowing out. There's only a few guys, Severino with Betts and Martinez, obviously, from the past that have hit him well. And there's a few guys for the Yankees. Look at Rizzo. He's been good for me lately, 10 for 31 with 3 homers. I look at his Jack today. We all know Judge. It seems like Kershaw, if he's on, then yeah, it's only the solo homer too. It's only
Well, we all know he's gonna hit it too. We know it's gonna happen. I'll keep fucking saying this. Wake up, roll out of bed, pull up your fucking gambling app, bet Aaron Judge first home run of the game, plus whatever the fuck it is, 1,200, et cetera, because every fucking game, it seems like he just walks up, hits a first inning solo home run, and we start the game that way. It's just one of those things. I tell you, it's annoying as hell, but that's just what he does. And he's on pace again, Connor. He's on pace to hit more home runs than last year. Yep. What a sick fuck that guy is. What a sick fuck.
He is. I'm going to wait on this game, but I'm going to play it. And these are 2 public teams. Yankees have been a dog in few spots.
Last couple of games.
Yeah, whereas the Rays or the Jays, I've took them, and they handled business. So I get it. Why you see this. Kershaw's been very good at home. I'll be on this somehow tonight. I haven't bet it, though.
Rocco likes Dodgers money line and the over 6.5 strikeouts for Kershaw. And he said he's also probably going to add a little Freddie Freeman prop or Julio Daniel prop in there as well. Thank you, Christopher Comentini, for dropping the cash and the splits there. 74% of cash on the Yankees and 60% of bets are on them as well. So, people like the Yankees tonight. Let's see it. Clayton Kershaw, I believe in you. If you can, Clayton, this is a battle, Connor, to decide who's the best lefty in baseball, I guess, for me. Because I bet on both Framber and Kershaw tonight. So let's see who decides that for me tonight. It'll be fun to watch that. And Jojo Rabbit, by the way, thinking under 18.5 outs for Clayton Kershaw as well. But he's going to find something to pair it with. So very interesting note there. Jojo, thank you as always. Last game on our slate, and I think I'm going to add on this game, Connor Mack, Orioles, Giants, and a great note by I forgot who already, but Dean Kramer. We all know him as the guy that we pitched for the Israeli team in the WBC. I think he was born in Israel. I'm not 100% sure on that, but Stockton guy, Stockton, California, bred apparently, grew up there, et cetera, coming back to face the Giants. Connor, I don't know. I'm a sucker for this shit. I love that shit. I love coming back home, pitching in front of your family, locking down, pitching well. Logan Webb, obviously very good. And again, him and Dustin May are the number 1 and 2 seeds of. I watch these guys pitch, and anytime they get a hit off of, they get hit. I'm like, how do these guys hit this? Because they throw their 2-seamers and they'll just break like fucking 4 feet. And I'm like, I don't know how you guys are hitting this because this ball just moves so much, and it's like, God, they're just ridiculous.
He's on.
Yeah, he's great. I love it.
It's nasty.
And I like Dean here. I think I'm going to bet first 5 under here because I do believe in Logan Webb's ability to shut down any lineup, even the Baltimore Orioles here. Orioles, 98 weighted runs created plus last 2 weeks, 103 full year. That's 12th best. So it's been about average, but I like the Orioles here today. Connor Mack, what do you think?
Hold on. Oh fuck! Why did I just do that? The first 5 under 4.
Yes, I was gonna look up and see what it is. Under 4, I've got -115, but I also might just take the Orioles first 5 plus 135. I don't know yet, Connor. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't trust the Giants. Webb's been back to rough early on, and when he's on, especially at home, he's just dominant. I like the under here too. I don't mind that. I don't want the price though with the Giants. I don't trust this team at all. They are here at home. So yeah, it's Orioles or nothing for me at this number.
I think I'm going to bet both, and it's going to be a little annoying.
Kramer's been just quality start. It seemed like
when he pitches well against anyone that's not in the AL East. It seems.
Yeah, when these teams don't see a ton of each other, the under seems always a good bet.
By the way, Rick J also dropped these 2 pitchers went against each other in the AA All-Star game.
There was an 8 or 2 hanging out there, I think.
Okay.
At the South Point. But yeah, a lot of 7.5s.
All right. I'm on the first 5 under there. Under 4, -115, and I am going to bet as well Baltimore first 5 money line at plus 135. Come on home, Dean Kramer, and pitch well in front of your friends and family here. Come on home and do it. All right, Connor Mack, what a show for everyone today. We've broken down the full 15-game card, and we appreciate all you guys for sticking through the whole card. We appreciate all you guys for joining from the beginning as well. While you're here, hit the like button, comment on the video, let us know you're watching, and let us know what you're on as well. I have a full, thick-ass slate here, Connor Mack, and it's going to be, I feel like Bobano now. Giving out all these plays, but let's get right after it.
Jose, we got to turn it too. We got to turn the record around,
buddy. You're
come on, let's get fucking hot, man. I gotta say, looking at it on Twitter, I'm like, fuck, you got to get rolling.
It makes me sick, Connor Mack. Trust me, it puts me in a bad mood. It's you're preaching to the fucking choir right here.
All right.
Baltimore Orioles here. We'll mention them off the top since we just talked about them. First 5 money line under 4 -115. Cardinals, Pittsburgh Pirates. First 5 under 5 -115, and first 5 -0.5 for the Cardinals at even money. Texas Rangers double up. First 5 and full game money lines at both at -115. Sorry, -110. Both of them there. Dodgers first 5 -0.5. At even money, or sorry, plus 110. I'm shortchanging myself, apparently. Funny. But let's move on. 3 more plays here, and that's crazy. Tampa Bay Rays, Boston Red Sox, first 5 under 5 -116. And lastly, the double up on the Astros. First 5 full game money lines. First 5 minus 120. Full game minus 130 there. Shout out to everyone on the chat. As always, if you tail, we appreciate you. Connor Mac picks. What are
Yeah.
you?
If the game plays, we go here. I'm going to be on the Rays. First 5 minus the half plus 105. Hope it goes. And they get to Whitlock there. I haven't moved on the Jays and the Mets or the under there. So that's a wave for me. Astros under 7.5. Angels in that one. Cleveland, Minnesota under 8 there. I'm gonna wait on. I want this over in Rockies, Royals. I'm gonna wait there as
Makes
well.
sense.
Giants, Orioles. I have an 8. It's minus 118. I'm on the under. Giants, Orioles in that one. And I'm gonna wait on these games. The Dodgers, Yankees. I'm gonna have something there. Maybe I'll go live with Razor later. I'll be on. Oh, let's hit the props. I talked about Real Muto. Where's this guy at? This guy just hasn't been hitting shit. The ultimate give up the home run guy, Josiah Gray, even though he's been good. Plus 475 for his jack. I'll throw one more. There's a couple. Like Austin Riley, I think is decent. He's starting to heat up a little bit, and he's hit for me lately. But Ian Happ, I talked about, plus 550 for his jack as well. That's it.
Beautiful work, Connor Mac. As always, I appreciate you for joining me. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, especially since you're going to be jumping on the live stream tonight with Razor and the gang. Razor's retirement party. Shout out to Razor Sharp Picks for quitting his job, going full time with the gambling. So shout out to Razor. It's a scary thing to do, but when you're a great capper like Razor, you can do it. And don't show him or tell anyone, or don't tell him that I said these things. Everyone in the chat, please and thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
don't tell him I said
very,
those things.
damn.
Do
Wow.
not. Don't tell him I said those things. Those are compliments, and I don't like complimenting Razor. So I don't want him to hear that. Don't want him to hear that at all. Connor, where can the people find you at next, my guy? We need more Connor Mac picks in our lives, obviously.
I'll try to jump on tonight, and I'll be on with Jimmy on Sunday. What's this question from Leroy? You have a bet on the
yeah, I'm on that.
Red
I'm
Sox?
on that, Leroy. First 5 under. I'm on that minus 116.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not. I just think they get runs off Whitlock.
that's
that's
the
what
whole
we get
cap.
from Glasnow. Yeah, like, if he's good, he's good. The second start, like I said, I'm taking a little bit of a shot here. Maybe I could go just team total. And maybe I will. I'm gonna look at that. But I said Rays first 5 minus half. I've already put it in. Plus 105.
Yeah, I'm on that first 5 under, Leroy. So that's what I think of that. The whole cap is, can Garrett Whitlock control the Rays here? And honestly, if we're just worried about one pitcher and the total's a 5, that feels like a good sign, really. Like we could see Glasnow going 5 shutout, and what? We hope that Garrett Whitlock's not going to give up 5 runs on his own, but if you lose a first 5 under with one side not scoring like I have in the last few days, it's a tough pill to swallow. But I still feel like it's like the right side, if whatever you want to call it. Like everyone will say like, "Oh, you're not on the right side because you didn't win." But we all mean by that. So, Connor, again, thank you as always for joining us. Leroy, JoJo, Beefy Bets, Mike M, who, by the way, spoiler alert, joining me on Sunday. Going to be a lot of fun. Cabin with Mike M, Eric Jones, Christopher Commentini, and yes, I do have a list of enemies in the chat. Barry Smith, Top Crocodile, Gagnon. Guys like
Barry's a regular. He's a regular. Chimes in to just give you shit.
And shout out to Barry. He said he gave me the best compliment in the world. Connor Mac, don't worry. Said I was a shit capper, but I'm a great person, so I'll take it.
Really? But he doesn't know you. I think you want it the other way around.
Well,
I mean, give out the winners. Shitty guy. He probably does not have to be around you. But hey.
No, yeah.
However you think.
I'll take whatever I can get from Barry. So I appreciate Barry, Gang Young, and Top Crocodile, my 3 least favorite commenters in the chat. So shout out to you guys as well as my favorites, Rocco, Rick J, Mike, Leroy, all you guys, TJ Mizzy, John Gilly in here as well. Roger that. Another one of my favorites, obviously. Christopher Commentina, Teeny Nunya. I can't make a list of my favorite commenters because it's too fucking long. But I can fucking absolutely make a list of my least favorite one, and it's 3 deep right there. So there you go.
Yeah, and hit the like that we talked about. Become a fucking member.
Yes.
Too. Help us out here at Pub Sports Radio. We need to say it more. We should have more shit too. Giveaways for cash, shit like that. I'm sure. Help us out here. Become a member. Yeah. Become in the green. Yeah. Always read your comment in the green. Period. RVD. Yeah.
Shout out to you guys. And J-Dub or JW. You, of course, you're not one, my man. I appreciate you. I don't know. By the way, there's a J-Dub, D-U-B, or whatever it is. And there's JW as well. And we had a J-Dub come to Pubapalooza, and I don't know which one is which. So there we go. And by the way, is JW and J-Dub the same person now? I don't know. Let us
over my head.
Let us know. Let me know, J-Dub. I appreciate you, my guy, because I get confused often. So thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll say hey to you guys tomorrow morning, a Saturday edition of Say Hey Plays. Dabby Cap joins us 10 a.m. It'll be a whole lot of fun. He'll be making jokes, and I'll be just sitting there just scoffing at him, trying to make fucking money, Connor, because I take this shit seriously, as everyone takes this shit seriously. Say hey to us on social media. We'll see you guys next time.